Hey everyone, if you're a dog owner here in Goodyear, Arizona, and you're trying to find a fantastic trainer, you've come to the right place. We're going to walk through everything you need to know to find that perfect match for you and your four-legged friend. The whole point of this is to get out there and enjoy all the amazing spots Goodyear has to offer. Whether it's just a walk around the block or a bigger adventure, having a happy, confident dog with you just makes everything better. And a great trainer is the key to making that happen. So let's start with what training really means for your day-to-day life, right here in Goodyear, because it's about so much more than just the basics like sit and stay. Think about it. Good training is really your ticket to freedom. It means you can actually relax and enjoy a hike at Estrella Mountain Regional Park instead of getting your arm pulled the whole way. It means your dog can handle the sights and sounds of a busy shopping center, and you can both have fun at community events without feeling stressed. Plus, it makes following those local leash laws totally effortless. Okay, before you even start looking at specific trainers, it's really helpful to get a handle on the philosophy behind modern, effective dog training. This is pretty much the foundation for everything else. The industry standard today, and for good reason, is positive reinforcement. It's actually a pretty simple idea. You just reward the behavior you want to see more of. This does more than just teach commands, though. It builds this incredible bond of trust and turns learning into a fun game for your dog. It's so much more effective than old-school methods that rely on fear or punishment. Now, something you might not know is that dog training isn't a state-regulated industry in Arizona. That's why checking for certifications is a huge deal. Things like CPDTK or KPA-CTP show that a trainer has actually passed tough exams on training theory and ethics. And if you're dealing with more serious issues like deep fear or aggression, you'll want to look for advanced credentials like CBCCK or IABC-CBDC. Those show a much higher level of specialized expertise. Okay, let's get into the practical side of things. What kind of training format is going to work best for your dog? And what's a realistic budget for it here in the Goodyear area? So you generally have two main options. Group classes are awesome for socialization and getting your dog used to working around other dogs and people. Plus, they're usually easier on the wallet. Then you have private training, which gives you a plan that's 100% tailored to your dog and your specific goals. This is perfect for problems that mostly happen at home, like, say, going crazy when the doorbell rings. The right choice really just depends on your dog's unique personality and what you're hoping to achieve. And to give you an idea, here's a look at what training typically costs in the Goodyear area for 2026. A standard 6-week group class could run you somewhere around $200. Private lessons are usually priced by the hour, while those really intensive board and train programs are obviously a much bigger financial commitment. The good news is there are options out there for different needs and budgets. Being a fantastic dog owner is also about being a great neighbor, and that means knowing the local rules. Getting familiar with the ordinances for both Goodyear and Maricopa County just helps keep our community safe and pleasant for everyone. All right, here is the one number you absolutely need to remember whenever you're out and about with your dog: 6 feet. That is the maximum leash length allowed in any public area in Goodyear, unless, of course, you're in a marked off-leash dog park. It's a really simple rule, and it's all about safety and control. So on top of that leash law, there are a few other key rules. Your dog has to have their current rabies tag on their collar at all times. That's a countywide thing. Also, be mindful of nonstop barking, because that can actually be flagged as a nuisance violation. And here's a good tip. Any legitimate trainer operating in the city is required to have a City of Goodyear business license. All right, so you've got the background knowledge. Now, let's put it all together into a checklist you can actually use. Here are the must-ask questions for any potential trainer to make sure they're the real deal.
Definitely start with this one. Their answer will tell you right away if they're using modern, humane methods. You want to hear them talk about rewarding good choices, building your dog's confidence in making training fun, not about corrections and punishment.
This question is all about their level of professionalism. The best trainers are always learning. They're staying on top of the latest science and refining their techniques. A commitment to ongoing education is a really good sign that they take their profession seriously. This is a huge one. What you're looking for is someone who avoids a one-size-fits-all program. Every single dog is an individual, and your goals are unique to you. A great trainer is going to ask a ton of questions about your dog's quirks and what you want to work on, and then they'll build a plan just for you. And finally, make sure you're clear on the logistics. This question just helps you avoid any surprises down the road. You should walk away with a clear picture of the program's structure, what you'll need to do for homework, and exactly what is included in the price. Transparency is everything here. Once you start your training journey, practice is what makes it all stick. And luckily, Goodyear has some perfect spots for that. If you're working on that super important recall command, the dog park at Goodyear Community Park is a great, safe, fenced-in area. To practice leash skills with real-world distractions like smells and sounds, the trails at Estrella Mountain Regional Park are fantastic. And for practicing that polite, loose leash walking around more people, Palm Valley Park is a great choice. At the end of the day, investing the time to find the right trainer pays off in so many ways. A well-trained dog is honestly just a joy to live with. It makes things easier at home, it keeps the peace with your neighbors, and it lets you both get out and confidently explore every wonderful thing Goodyear has to offer.